Menu narration set to 100.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Coming up, we're keeping things in the AFC for an intra-conference contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans.
Cam Little to kick off.
Cam Little out for the opening kick. And we're off and running from Houston. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
Offense out now to get us started. It's 1st and 10. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Warren. Caught behind the line here on second down, which is only going to make things tougher for this third down coming up.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Texans going with 6 DBs for this third down. They're in dime. Third and long for him here. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up fourth down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send them off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing them up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Picked up at the 38. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
First and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, first and 10. Give now to the running back. He's got a gain of 6 there. Low-hit Gilman up from the secondary for that tackle.
While that run may not have moved the chains, Kate, that is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Looking for a pass on second and short. Going for his back, but it's incomplete. It's going to bring up third down.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
No connection on the last play. Now it's third down. Try and pick this up on the ground. And the run will not work. He is soft at the line. This is going to be fourth and short.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Don't want to punt from here, but too far for a field goal as well. They're going for it here. They'll throw for it. Into the hands of Jansen. And he's down to almost... Nope. They're actually going to give him the 30 here. That's going to be a 20-yard hit on fourth down, Brock. That keeps this drive moving. So first and 10 now from the 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back now, pressure coming. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Let's go.
Drive play straight ahead. They bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required, along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Has him on a quick hitter. And he stopped as we get closer to our first point to this ball game. It's going to be first and goal now.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Texans have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Quite the drive they put together to begin this game. What stood out to us how quickly they were operating. They got a lot of plays in a small amount of time on the way to that touchdown.
What do you mean? We feel that tempo in the booth?
Yep, certainly do.
Kept those guys guessing defensively and on their toes, not quite sure what was coming next. And it will be that same strategy they employ, I'm going to guess so, until that defense proves they can stop it.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's first and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Will Anderson Jr. in on the stop.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. And lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Last run got him 3. Here's second and 7.
Let's go now.
Back to throw now. It's a screen play to Warren. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
First down, play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Once that quarterback broke the pocket, kind of turns into like a zone read option a little bit. Kate, you got a couple choices. Keep it yourself or try to force the throw. There was nowhere to go. He really should have used his legs.
So it's second and 10 now. Ball still at that 39-yard line. Throwing from the gun. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Six yards to go here. It's third down.
Here we go.
To the air on third and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And the Jaguars have a first down.
At the 45-yard line.
On the set.
Warren running between the tackles. Trying to make it happen, but no luck. This goes backwards on first down. 1 quarter down in this all-AFC South contest. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They have second and pretty long here. Shotgun snap. They'll throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Here he goes, third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And hey, we see a lot of the football, but they will get nothing on that return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10. Right up the gut. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. He's going to throw it. Short pass brought in. They will have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you could find a completion just like that.
Here he is on 3rd and short. Brought in by Gatson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. A tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing off the play fake. Dumped off to his running back. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll run. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. Looking in the air here. Called in left side. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. It's a gain of 12 on that one. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Sending him on the dive. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Former #1 pick, Trayvon Walker on the stop.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. Texans in front here at NRG. So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Running in the red zone. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for first and goal.
You know I love that, Kate, but you know who loved it even more? The late, great John Madden himself, former lineman. He would have loved watching the student body get right out in front of that thing, those blockers just knocking people off the ball, and let them clear the way so that running back could show off his speed.
Breaking the huddle. Here's first and goal.
Here we go.
With a dive over the middle. And he's over the line and in! Touchdown, Houston! The Texans grow their lead just before halftime.
I just love seeing the approach of this entire offense, not settling for anything. Yeah, this running back, he's finding the end zone through the running lanes. Let's give a tip of cap to the big boys up front because they are setting the tone. 2 drives, 2 rushing touchdowns.
Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down.
At their own 25-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. Man in motion here. Back to pass on first and 10. Caught by Warren out of the backfield. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
A loss of 2.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Offense to the line. Second down. Back to throw. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
So after that prior incompletion, it's third down. Third and long, they're going to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. Has some daylight through the 40. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Throwing it again here. Jump off caught by his back. That screen sniffed out quickly, shut down behind the line.
I know coordinator and quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Back to the line they come, second down. They are throwing it again. Dumps it off to his running back. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Kate, I'm going to call that, even though it looks like nothing on the stat sheet, a win-win for both sides. Defense, well, they rally. They get right to that throw in the flat for a no gain. The offense, well, they just remind that defense, you not only got to cover us vertically, but we're going to stretch you horizontally as well.
This drive is in trouble. Got to figure out 3rd and 12. They'll throw 3rd and long. He has the first over the middle. And he's got it all the way down to the 12. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
That's just awesome, Kate. A little bit of multitasking on that catch. Primary focus, as I always say, is you got to catch it first. But out of the corner of his eye, he knew exactly where to go, and he gets a bunch of yak on top of it.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. Escapes out to the left. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Need to get that yardage back and a little bit more, too. It's 2nd and 14. Now we give to Warren, coming right. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars get their first points of this game just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Jason Sanders to try the extra point. The XP is up and good. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Jaguars 7.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
On now is Cook to kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy.
29-yard line.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. A 28-yard pickup there. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Takes the second down snap. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. That's gonna leave him with a tough 3rd and long. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark, really, from the first snap through this second half. There have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie QB from UCLA.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll run here on first down. And their next snap is going to come from the red zone, Brock. He's down to that 17-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be a first down, Texans.
At the 17-yard line.
Back-to-back carries here. Quick adjustment defensively to stop him this time, so no gain on first down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's the throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
3rd and long for him here. Hits his running back. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Now in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Fields this one at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10. They'll throw to begin this drive. And he will slide down just a little bit shy of getting that first down, but able to avoid the hit. Smart play there, and that's going to set up 2nd and 1 at most.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide to practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during the game. And that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, head the other way for a big run.
Let's see how they attack this first down, partner, from the 45. He'll look to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. He dodged the tackle. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars start the second half with some needed points. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much.
Rush coming off the edge, and they block it! And they're not able to transform the block into 2 points. He's tackled short, and they get nothing following the touchdown.
Well, that block is pivotal right there. Now that offense is going to have to get back on the field the next time, and they know that they're going to have to go down and get that 2-point conversion. Impact plays, Kate. That's what I call these in special teams. Huge impact plays when you help your defense so dramatically and you put so much pressure on that offense the next time they get the ball.
And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Texans to the line. First and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
They'll come out throwing. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
Well, that's when you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
After the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. He's dropping back to throw. That's him on the quick hitter. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He's got a man left. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and it'll be first down Houston.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Okay, ready?
First down from the 42. Here's the handoff. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kid, it really is pretty simple. If you want to run against a 3-4 group right up the gut, number one, got to control that nose tackle. Number two, you've got to get people to the second level. That was teaching tape.
And this play doesn't work out like the last snap, right? So you can only get back to the line. It's defense all over this one.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. They'll go play action. Blitz is there, and he goes down. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
3rd down from the gun. For big yards on the right side. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. New set of downs for him from the 31. Back to the backfield, and they give it to him. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Completed to his running back. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal.
Let's go.
Plowing up the middle. Well, so much for finishing things on the ground, huh? He is stopped at the line. They're going to have to regroup now on 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Second and goal, they're going to throw. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. This one's caught.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Little knocks it through. And it's now a 2-possession game as the lead grows to 11.
It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Starting out trips right here. First and 10. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
I'll try something else from the 27 this time. Second and 10. Pass play now. Short pass brought in. And this is going to be out of bounds. Defense catches up to him near that 45. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
They're going to throw out of the gun. And it's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And he'll get this through midfield and start pushing into Texans territory.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Running for the marker on second. And he's going to be blocked out after reaching the 43. Pickup of 5 on that play. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Going now on first down. Stays in bounds and makes the catch. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out.
That's pretty impressive, Kate. I mean, to have the awareness, the body control to not just secure the ball, but to keep both feet down on the sideline.
Only need about the length of the football, maybe a touch more on this 2nd and inches.
Ready? 72. Let's go.
Now give left side. Excellent play defensively as they get to him behind the line. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
Okay.
3rd down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. There he is on 3rd and short. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Christian Harris picks it off. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Going ground on 1st and goal. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
At the 8-yard line.
8 yards to go as they get set on 2nd and goal.
Go.
They'll throw it. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived. Well, the pass interference might have prevented the touchdown there, but it gives this offense the yards and a great chance to punch it in anyway. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. They're throwing it. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
They're headed up the middle. He runs it across. Touchdown. The Texans have likely locked up the win right there. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Texans push their lead to 18.
31. Jaguars 13. Cam Little to kick off.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Not deterred by that pick. He's thrown again. Finds Hunter downfield. He makes it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. Jaguars get it back to within 2 possessions. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Jags offense hasn't left since the touchdown. They're going for 2 here.
The Jaguars will line up for the
18
two-point
Cardinal, 18
conversion.
Cardinal. Let's go.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
Series 31, Jaguars 19.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick.
The Jaguars.
And the Texans secure that kick, no problem. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Take it to the house. Oh. Take it to the crib, baby.
All right, the Houston offense looks set, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Thrown back, gets the handoff. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming, so managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Let's go.
They're going to pass it here. On the left side. And he works this to the 38 before going down. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Third down here, need 8 on the play. Handoff now out of the gun. And they get stuffed. He is knocked backwards on the play. That makes it 4th down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now.
You want a little rhyme time, Kate? You want some of my lyrics? Here you go. That was a toss that ended in a loss, and what it will cost is going to be this possession as they now face, wipe that smile off your face, an extra long 4th down.
The lead looks safe, but the pedals staying down. They're going for this. 4th down, pass coming. And that's going to wind up incomplete as their gamble doesn't pay off. They're going to turn this one over on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Airing it out to start this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
I think we've reached the point of the game, Kate, where I got to make my PSA. Protect the quarterback, and quarterback, protect yourself.
12 to go now on 2nd down after the sack.
Here we go. Here we go.
Looking to throw here. Got a screen to the running back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Throwing now. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Tight end going in motion here. Desperation time here on 4th. Maybe a bit of desperation. Here's a deep shot. And he had it, but no, can't complete the process of the catch, and they wind up turning it over on downs.
Well, I think every analytics book out there, Kate, said you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the 4th. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
So it's a win for the Texans. Man, they were facing a top 5 defense this week, Brock, but they made them look anything but